Right, hey there. It's been a while since I've posted or done any videos. I'm going to talk today a little bit about TeRFS, the trans exclusionary radical feminists. I don't know if you know aware of them, but they hijacked London Gay Pride and stopped it from happening for about an hour. Lying in the road because they do not believe that transgender people should have any rights or should be included in the LGBT community. They're protesting at what they see as trans equality being forced down their throats and saying things like, being forced into relationships with people who have penises, being forced into women-only spaces and allowing people who have or had penises into those spaces. They basically say that all men are potential rapists and abusers, can't be trusted around women and children, and basically that because trans women were obviously born in a male body, that they are actually males and not really women, and as such can't be trusted in spaces for women, safe spaces for women. They go on and on about how one or two cases of people who claim to be trans women who have either abused or sexually assaulted other women. Obviously, this is one or two people out of millions of transgender women. So it's a very, 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 very small percentage. And they're basically saying because of this, that trans women can't be trusted in women-only spaces. And there's obviously the issue of lesbian and bisexual women who feel they are hoodwinked into relationships with trans women if they don't disclose straight away because they used to have a penis. And it's really tiresome and really boring, and it hurts my heart so much that from within our own community there are lesbians who harbour such hatred and animosity to transgendered women who are bisexual or lesbian, and considering that these people agree with the worst misogynistic, homophobic males, they're in agreement with them, and these misogynist males are supposed to be your enemy, but these TeRFS actually agree with these men in respect to how they see transgendered people. And I don't understand it. I've heard things like they go through gender reassignment so they can infiltrate women's groups, stuff like that, and the health and mental health outcomes for transgendered people are the worst in the LGBT community. They fare the worst in lots of areas. And they can even go on to say that now school kids are being forced into transgenderism, because if they don't fulfill or follow specific gender roles, or, for example, if a boy likes to play the doll, then he's forced to become the trans girl by the school and by the parents. They're coming out with shit like that, which is and bullshit. There's no evidence out there to support the case that children have been forced into being transgendered by adults, or that they've been forced into gender reassignment surgery or gender confirmation surgery, because that just doesn't happen until you're in early adulthood. They might intervene hormonal by delaying puberty, by giving hormones or suppressing hormones, to make potential gender confirmation surgery easier later on. However, they're now not really doing that either because they realise that ain't always the best thing. And basically, you know, the whole idea of what makes a man and what makes a female vet is purely done on body parts. And, you know, that belief or that argument is just deeply flawed, you know. And in terms of some of them believing that they do it to infiltrate women's group, they really need to look in the mirror and think, do you really think a male will go through all that just to get close to you? You really are a sack of potatoes, love. You know, you need to look in the mirror, basically. And it's getting more and more prominence with kind of known feminists coming out and saying that, you know, that trans women aren't really women, you know. And again, this is countering to an argument of what makes a man and what makes a woman a woman, you know. And it kind of really, I feel, that goes against what feminist beliefs should be about, really, you know. That a woman isn't determined by society, you know, as to what a female is. And recently as well, because of the Gender Recognition Act in the UK, and there's been a few other countries as well that have looked at gender being self-determinable, you know, basically saying now that guys are just going to pretend to be women in order to infiltrate women-only spaces, which is not going to happen, because remember, that's going to be, you know, they're not going to be able to keep changing every other week their gender. You know, people will ask questions, you know, and it won't be as simple as walking into a thing and saying you're a woman, really. I think there'll be a process involved. Basically, I really hate people. I find it really hard not to hate these people. And their bullying, belligerent tactics that they employ, you know, in terms of what they're saying, you know. I'd argue that the heterosexual ones are homophobic, biphobic and transphobic, and the lesbians, the radical feminist lesbians, I would argue some of them have serious gender identity issues themselves, because if you look at them, they're just like what society would term as men. Shirts, ties, jackets, trousers, men's shoes, you know, which I find highly ironic, really, you know. Yes, I'd argue that some of the lesbians, I think, have gender identity issues in terms of that, and have penis envy, if I'm honest. They seem to focus an awful lot of time and energy on penis.